Welcome everyone to Casa DCV. Today's video will be a complete guide about São Vicente Island. We will see useful information, practical advice, whether it is in terms of accommodation, transport, but also places to visit and activities to do. So stay with me until the end of the video. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Adilson, and I am the creator of Casa DCV, which is a project that serves to promote Cape Verde, particularly through tourism. So here you will find recommendations, information, and above all, good deals for all your trips to Cape Verde. And the most interesting thing with Casa DCV is that I have some partners with whom I collaborate and who offer you exclusive promotions. So don't hesitate to click on the link in the description, which takes you to a form that you can fill out with your various information, your needs, and above all, your expectations regarding your trip to Cape Verde. This way, I can put you in touch with the right people. Back to video. It should be noted that the island of São Vicente, that of Cape Verde, has the strongest cultural identity. It is from there that many Cape Verdean artists emerge, including the most famous, the barefoot diva, Cesareia Evora. Some figures about the island of São Vicente. It has an area of 227 kilometers, which is equivalent to a city like Bordeaux here in France. The population is estimated at around 83,000, mainly concentrated in the main town, Mindelo. The highest point on this island is Monte Verde, which peaks at 750 meters high. So how do you access São Vicente? So first of all, what you need to know is that the island of São Vicente has an international airport, Cesareia Evora Airport, which provides connections with foreign countries, but also with the islands of Santiago and Sal. São Vicente also has rail connections with the islands of Sant Anton, Sant Nicolau, and more rarely with the island of Faubourg. What are the main features of São Vicente Island? This island is a mix of culture, beaches, and beautiful landscapes. There is already a thriving music scene there. We Cape Verdeans consider Mindelo, the main town of São Vicente, as the cultural center of the country. It is important to know that music is part of daily life on this island, particularly the morn, a musical style that was brought to the fore by Cesar and Evora, and which is now officially listed as UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage. We will also love São Vicente, its lively beaches and its surf spots, ideal for relaxing or practicing water sports. Beyond urban areas like Mindelo and beautiful heavenly beaches, São Vicente also offers mountains, notably with Monte Verde. But what is there to do and see in São Vicente? First, you can go and relax on Lagoon Beach, which is located in Mindelo. In addition to feeling good, you can enjoy a delicious cocktail served by one of the bars around the beach. In São Vicente, there is also Gatas Bay, which is particularly famous for its annual festival, which took place in August. Every year, this bay attracts thousands of visitors, whether locals or tourists, who come to listen to local music and, above all, to party. And of course, the must-see is the climb of Monte Verde, which is relatively simple. You can start the climb by car, then finish on foot. What is super interesting with this climb is that you should know that like more or less everywhere in Cape Verde, São Vicente has an arid landscape, so it will be relatively dry depending on whether it has rained or not necessarily. But in Monte Verde, once you go beyond a certain altitude, thanks to the humidity of the clouds which bring water to the plants, you will therefore see a contrast between the bottom of the mountain, which will be rather arid, and the water of the mountain, which will rather be luxuriant. It can be said that the contemporary culture of Cape Verde was born in São Vicente. As I told you, music is omnipresent, whether it's the morn, the coladeira, or the funena. These musical genres are deeply rooted in the Cape Verdean soul, and therefore all this makes Mindelo the ideal place to discover the beauty of the Cape Verdean identity. We will also not forget that every year in February the Mindelo Carnival takes place. I tell you, we are clearly overshadowing the Rio Carnival, it's just that no one knows it yet. For several days during this period, the streets are awash with color with elaborate costumes, energetic music, and wild dancing. And for those who want a more intimate atmosphere, there are also bars and music cafes where you can listen to local groups playing Kabardian classics in a warm setting. When it comes to gastronomy, in São Vicente you will find everything you need, whether it is classic Western food like pizza, hamburgers, pasta. But if we go to Cape Verde, we will also taste Cape Verdean food. So it's gonna be caoutchouc, Congo, seafood. Treat yourself. In terms of accommodation, in São Vicente, you will find more or less everything. Whether it is high-end accommodation, such as the Kirau Boutique Hotel, which is a charming hotel close to the center of Mindelo. Ideal for those who enjoy this island in modern comfort. In terms of price, we will end up around 120 euros per night. Depending on the season, it can go up to 250 euros per night. Then we will also find more standard accommodation, like the Casa Colonial Mindelo. It is a rustic guest house that offers a warm welcome and a total immersion in Cape Verdean culture. In terms of price, we will end up around 80 euros per night. Depending on the season, it could go much higher, up to over 180 euros. We will also find much more affordable accommodation, such as the Laguinhas residential area, which is close to the beach and ideal for those who want to enjoy the sea without breaking the bank. There, in terms of price, we will be more around 30 euros per night, and this can increase up to 80 euros per night depending on the season. Getting around São Vicente is relatively simple. As for car rental, you will be able to find agencies like Atlantic Carmondale and Occident Rent-A-Car, which offer you different vehicles so that you can explore the island independently. especially since in São Vicente, the roads are relatively easy to travel unlike other islands. In addition to the car allocation, you also have the choice with public transport, which is represented by alugers, such as the Hilux, which you know are the pickups in which you get into the back, but also the IAS, which are a kind of minibus. So when is the best time to go to São Vicente? Like more or less everywhere in Cape Verde, São Vicente has a hot and dry climate with temperatures varying around 24 to 30 degrees C throughout the year. It is said that the ideal time to visit would be from November to June, as it is the dry season, but you should know that on the contrary, the rainy season, which runs from July to October, is really very light with limited rainfall. And on top of that, it allows you to have a totally different landscape, to go from something totally dry that arrives to something green and luxurious. Now I will give you some tips to fully enjoy São Vicente. First of all, get ready to party. São Vicente is a vibrant island with different events, and to make the most of it, go there during the carnival in February or during the Gatas Bay Festival in August. Given the presence of culture in São Vicente, it would be interesting for you to create links with the inhabitants. It is a land of encounters where the Cabardians are very warm there. They will be delighted to exchange with you about their culture. And behind me and not least, enjoy the beaches and the music. There, this time you don't have to go to big events. You can also enjoy music in small bars, in small music cafes. And the beach, since it is a heavenly place, enjoy it. You will never have enough. To conclude, you should know that São Vicente is not just a travel destination. It is an island with a strong culture where you will fully feel the Cape Verdean identity, a place of exchange and shared moments. Between music, dance, culture, and magnificent landscapes, São Vicente offers you a unique experience, whether you are here to party, to explore, or to simply relax. Well, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, share. People who are planning to go to São Vicente or Cape Verde soon, let us know in the comments. For those who have already been there, share with us your plans and places to visit. And above all, don't forget the link in the description for all those planning a trip to Cape Verde, in which you will access a form on which you will be able to fill in your information, your needs, your expectations. And I could put you in touch with the service provider to better adapt them. And see you soon for new videos on Cape Verde at Casa DCV.